Good afternoon. For those I haven't met, I'm Lisa Mangione, your current club president. And Lucy would like to come up now for our invocation and pledge.
Please stand. Gracious God, we come before you with thankful hearts. Lord, we are thankful for the friends and the time of fellowship. We are thankful for our district governor, Renee Stubbs, who is here with us, and Assistant District Governor Dave Brenner. We thank you for our club leadership. And Lord, most of all, we are thankful for the chance to be able to give of ourselves, to see the needs in this community and seek to meet those needs. May we forever be mindful of what you have given to us so that we can give to others and continue to serve. In thy name we pray. Amen. Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Greenville. Mary Cordero here. I am going to be introducing our guests and visiting Rotarians. To those people, when you hear your name, just please stand and wait to the very end so we can welcome you all. We have Steve Stubbs. He's a guest of the club. James Dolan is a guest of Lonnie Decker. Dana Moore is a guest of Brent Jones. Hillary Perry is a guest of Andrea Keefus. George Petrus is a guest of Derek Lewis. Lucy Hoffman is a guest of Brian Little. Brad Schneider is a guest of Stacy Lamonaco. And we have visiting us today, David Groff from Winchester, Virginia, and our Assistant Governor, Dave Brenner. Let's give them a big warm welcome.
On the occasion of our district governor's visit, it's particularly important that we recognize the ongoing and remarkable work of the Rotary Foundation. I think most of you in this room will know that the baseline of support for the Rotary Foundation is, of course, the Paul Harris Fellow, which recognizes those who have given $1,000 to the Rotary Foundation. But we're here to recognize today two persons, and one of them is deserving of recognition. One of them is sort of a questionable character. But one is deserving of recognition who have gotten Paul Harris plus points. And I'm joined at the podium for this recognition by our district foundation chair, Beth Padgett, who we're blessed also to have in this club and be co-chairing with me the Rotary Foundation work this year. But I would like to invite Betty Weiss to please join us at the podium. Betty is being recognized today for the remarkable accomplishment of being a Paul Harris Fellow plus 8. Congratulations to Betty. She is the worthy recipient today. The other one of rather questionable character is Wade Culp. So he could join us. Thank you. He's just a Paul Harris plus 4, so he has a ways to go before he's at Betty's level. But thank you for that, and I'm glad, having forgotten to wear my Paul Harris pen, that I now have one today. But two notes to make you aware of connected with this recognition. First of all, Paul Harris matching points are still available through our club for any donations received through the end of January. So you still have about 10 days to get those in. We will match any donations you make dollar for dollar to get you to the next Paul Harris level. You should have gotten an email from Jenny back in December letting you know how many points you had to get to that next level. So please take advantage of that. And also, as a point of personal privilege, I have issued a challenge to this club dear friend of mine is president of the Clemson Sunrise Club. They are having a 5K on the morning of February 10th in Clemson. You do not have to run. You just want to walk in it, that's fine. But for anyone who goes from this club, I will donate $50 to the Rotary Foundation. So please consider doing that on February 10th. It should be fun. I was going to say if anybody beat me, I would donate $50. I'm making it even easier for you. So thanks very much.
Hello, everyone. I'm Penny Robbins, membership chair, and I need John McCarthy to come up and stand at my left, and Miss Stacy Luminaco, come up. What we're going to do today is one self-intro for Red Badger, new member intro, and then we have a blue badge ceremony as well. And we are missing Brett Jones today, sadly, but we'll get him on the rebound. So a blue badge signifies a club member's commitment to the club through service above self. And the purpose of a red badge program is to help new members get better acquainted with our club and its members. The program gets its name from the red badge ring around the outer edge of the Rotary badge. And it's given to each new member. When all the program requirements are fulfilled, the red badge then is replaced by a permanent blue badge, and it has the Rotary blue outer ring. So, but today, Mr. John McCarthy will be presenting his self-intro. He knows he has 90 seconds, so I hear he has got the floor.
Thank you. Okay, can everyone hear me there? Okay, good deal. Hi, I'm John McCarthy. My wife Betsy and I moved down here to Simpsonville about 4 years ago. We have 2 children and 3 grandchildren. I'm semi-retired. I currently am an adjunct professor at Wofford College, and I teach a course at Furman's Ollie College in my retirement. So I'm somewhat gainfully employed. I'm also pretty much a lifelong Presbyterian, though I'll confess to wandering a bit in my younger years. And I currently belong to Westminster Presbyterian Church downtown here, and I teach an occasional Sunday school class. Some of the things that I think are really important, or one of the things that I think is really important, is education. And most of my service has been service, I think, in the area of education more than really anywhere else. I hold a bachelor's in physics from Carleton College in Minnesota. I hold a PhD from the University of Notre Dame in physics with a focus on biophysics and biochemistry from University of Notre Dame. And I have a master's degree in systems engineering from George Mason University. That's my education background. As I said, my principal area of service has been in the area of education. I've spent probably 10 years as an adjunct professor of network communications and primarily systems engineering, teaching a broad variety of graduate courses in those areas. While I was working full-time, that was what my service was. Anybody who's taught as an adjunct professor knows what the salary is for adjunct professors. I can assure you it's service. Just as far as a little quick background on me, I started out my career as a college professor. All my students went into engineering, so I figured I should go and find out what an engineer did. In the next 28 years or so, I spent as a systems engineer working for TRW/Northrop Grumman, working primarily on defense programs, though I spent about 5 years as the department head of a systems engineering department working on nuclear waste disposal, if anybody's heard of Yucca Mountain. Toward the end of my career, I was a senior advisor to a senior technical and policy advisor to a senior executive service person in the Pentagon. I then went on to work as a research analyst for one of the Washington area defense think tanks, Institute for Defense Analyses. And I got a call when I was working there from the department head at the University of Maryland's graduate program in systems engineering, and I was asked if I wanted to run that program, and boy, I jumped at that. I ran that program for about 5 years, and then we retired down here, and I have the best job I've ever had in my life, which is teaching physics to undergraduates at Wofford College. I'd like to thank, thank you. I'd like to thank three people who really took me under their wing, bringing me in here. Greg, yeah, okay. Pam, I think I saw you over there. Yeah, and especially Rob over here, Rob Rowan. He brings, he takes everybody under his wing. So thank you to all of you, and I am so happy to be a Rotarian. Thank you very much for including me.
So to earn your blue badge, you go through several different hoops, and Stacy did that fairly quickly, the speed of light. So we want to applaud her for that. Stacy's been involved with the Greenville Holiday Village Sponsorship Committee already. First year in, guys, she's been with the Welcoming Ambassador Program, and she's helped with a lot of other service projects. And it was my honor to bestow upon her the blue ring badge. So. And then just one other quick announcement. If you are a Red Badger and you need more information on how to go from red to blue, come see me. You should have your list of your, I call it your merit badges. We'll be moving on to our next group through and into early spring.
Okay, I think everybody knows me. I'm Dave Brenner, your assistant governor, and I'm just glad to be here because this is an opportunity I have to introduce the district governor to you. Just real briefly, let me hit on a few of her highlights. She's from the Rotary Club of Newberry. She does have Greenville roots, though. She was here as a school teacher for 28 years, taught mathematics, plus she has 44 years in education. I didn't see Amy Randall come in because I was going to mention her today. She was one of the district governor's students when she was a teacher. But after she retired, her Rotary experience actually started very young because her father was a longtime Rotarian at the Rotary Club in Newberry. But she joined when she was here in Greenville, she joined the Rotary Club of Fountain Inn. And when she retired, she transferred back over to Newberry. She went back to Newberry as to her hometown. Served as president of the Newberry Club. She served as the membership chair of the Newberry Club and served on a board for a number of years in the district. She served as an assistant governor. She's also, and you're probably going to hear this, she's very dedicated to Rotary Leadership Institute, and she'll be talking about that. She's a facilitator or a teacher at RLI, plus she's the district chair was the district chair for Rotary Leadership Institute. She's again very involved in a lot of things in her community. She did some professor. She was an assistant professor or an associate professor at Newberry College, both in education and mathematics. As somebody alluded to, she is a concert pianist, and I think you have another one here in this club named Terry Weaver. So I expect that we will have some dueling pianos at one of our meetings as we go forward. I would also say that as I mentioned, her father was a longtime Rotarian. For all you Scouters out there, he was also a longtime Scoutmaster of Troop 1 in Newberry, which the Rotary Club of Newberry sponsors, by the way. She's a supporter of our foundation. She's a Paul Harris Society member. She and her husband Steve are major donors and support. They also benefactors. With that, let me introduce to you your district governor, Renee Stubbs.
Oh, thank y'all so much. It's so good to finally get to visit your club. This is my last official club visit, so I'm a little bit sad today because this has been a joy of this journey of being a district governor. So thank y'all for having me today. And I want to, first of all, recognize we've got some former district governors in your group, and that is such an awesome opportunity to have district governors as a member of your club. And so Terry and Beth Pageant and George, I think I saw George. Yes. And Jim, who's kind of a transplant district governor to our district. So it's good to see all of y'all again as well. Thanks to the board for coming in early today and sharing some great plans for your club. I'll be looking forward to seeing all of these things happen. I'm glad to see you have a red badge back too. That's one of my favorite membership strategies. So that's a great thing too. So y'all got a lot of great plans coming up. So let me share why I'm here today in particular. Excuse me. And my husband Steve over here is my clicker. So you ready? So first of all, why am I here? Well, during my interview, actually, as to be district governor, and along my journey, the 3 years of preparation, we're asked, what is your impact going to be on your district? So I had to think of a few things because there's so many things I would love to see happen. So here's how I wanted to start. First, I made this observation. When I would wear my Rotary shirt or my Rotary pin somewhere, even in Greenville, where there are 5 Rotary clubs, people would say, what's Rotary? So during that journey, I said, okay, we got to do something with Rotary for our public image. How do we get our public image out there? So I'm going to tell you a story. My dad was a Rotarian for 60 years. So I grew up thinking I knew everything about Rotary. I knew the 4-way tests from a very young age and was reminded of it constantly when I was in middle school. Renee, remember? No. But there was one thing about my dad, and he was a Rotarian. Our family owned an agricultural business in Newberry, so Dad did not wear suits to work. So he would have to come home on Friday mornings, basically, and change into his suit to go to Rotary. And he always had this round Rotary pin on his suit. No matter where we went, it didn't have to be a Rotary meeting he was going to. It could be church, it could be out to dinner. Because some of y'all remember back in the 60s, if men went out to eat, they wore a sport coat or a suit jacket most of the time. So Dad always wore that Rotary pin. So if I was out and about in Newberry and I saw other men with a Rotary pin on, the old wheel at the time, I thought, these are men of integrity. These are leaders in my community. These are people who serve my community. Because I thought they were like my dad. Dad wore one of those pins. They wore one of those pins. So he was very proud to be a Rotarian. But you know, Rotary's changed. It's not my dad's Rotary Club anymore. So it's not my dad's Rotary Club anymore, okay? We don't have fines for not wearing your pin, right? How many people have on their Rotary pin today? Uh-huh. How many of you that raised your hand actually have on the Master brand Rotary pin? Oops. Okay. We're going to fix that. Okay. So anyhow, so our branding changed in 2013. That's a long time ago. So I don't call this the new pin anymore. So our branding changed. So here's the thing about the pin. When I wear this little blue or white, and it actually comes in gold or silver too, so you can match every outfit. All right. When I wear this Rotary pin, when I was at Newberry College and we would have Parents' Day and the parents would come in, and yes, I had on my Wolf jersey and everything, but I had on my blue Rotary pin. And parents would come up to me and they'd say, oh, I'm in Rotary too. That was really cool to have a conversation with somebody new to Newberry. When I would teach my classes, the students would see my Rotary pin and they would say, oh, I was in Interact when I was in high school. And back then I could say, that's great. We have a Rotaract club at Newberry College. Let's get you involved. So this little blue pin, or white, gold, or silver, gets a lot more attention than the really pretty round wheel. So to me, this is one of the easiest ways to get the word out that we are Rotary, is we start wearing, like my dad, everywhere he went, wearing our Rotary pins. And hopefully you'll start wearing the Master brand pin. I get a lot more what's Rotary when I wear that pin. I say it's like 1.2 million mini Rotary billboards walking around. So I hope you will start wearing your Rotary pin and letting people ask you what's Rotary. That's just a start with the public image campaign. I still want you to wear your socks, your hats, your shirts, your tattoos, your jewelry, when you go out. Okay? Fall for Greenville, Artisphere, all these wonderful things. Wear your Rotary shirts. Let people be asking you what's Rotary. Because if you're a proud Rotarian, you want to share that gift of Rotary with everybody in town. You never know who you might bring in. So let's move on. So that's Renee's first, number one. Let's wear our pins. Let's get the word out. Next, part of my duty is to deliver the message of our president, President Gordon McAnally. He's from Scotland. I hope you've seen some videos or read some articles in the Rotary magazine by now about him and about our theme, Create Hope in the World. I love this theme. I'm really attached to it. I'm gonna have trouble giving this one up. But if you've read the Rotary magazine, you're probably up on the meaning of our theme this year, but we've got a lot of new people in the room. So here's the short version of how this theme came about for you people that are new and our visitors today. Gordon and some Rotarians were in a country helping them recover from a tsunami. And a lady came up to him with this beautiful seashell. I've seen that shell. It's big. It's really big. She came up with him with a seashell. It was one of her only possessions. She had lost her family. She had lost her home in the tsunami. And she wanted Gordon and these Rotarians to have this shell because Rotary had created hope for her community and herself. So that's where Create Hope in the World originated. Another message from President Gordon is his initiative on mental health. And he is hoping, and you've read a lot of articles in the Rotary magazine, I'm sure, about his mental health initiative, that he's hoping that Rotarians through our club meetings, through our community service, can help reduce the stigma of talking about mental health, mental illness. Okay. And, if you've got a friend and you realize they're struggling, let's find them some help. Let's get them pointed in the right direction, or just be that person that they can talk to. We've got some educators in the room. I'm sure if you're in the school system, there's a great need for some mental health assistance in our schools. So I hope that your club can take on some of those initiatives as well. With that in mind, if I told you I knew something that would reduce stress, improve your mood, improve your mental health, all while helping you make new friends and grow your business contacts, would you want some of this? It's called Rotary. Called Rotary. Why Rotary? Why does Rotary do all those things for us? Well, have you ever heard of these areas called the blue zones in the world? I think there was a Netflix documentary not too long ago. I saw one a long, long time ago. But these are areas in the world where people live long, happy, healthy lives. And one of those components is they serve their communities. They are part of something bigger than themselves. They are helping others. And they have found that that's a big component of the wonderful life that these people lead. So I think that might be our next Rotary billboard. Improve your health. Join Rotary. So wouldn't that be a neat line to get somebody to come to your meeting? Make new friends, improve your mood, improve your mental health, because we're going to be part of something bigger than ourselves. So keep that in your mind. So that's just a little piggyback on Gordon's initiative for helping people with mental health. Next, going back to that question I was always asked, what impact are you going to have on your district? Well, I'm from an agricultural family. And about that time was when we implemented our new area of focus, the environment. I said, oh, this is perfect. So I started collecting all these really cool things that I thought I could pass out at Rotary Club meetings that y'all could do to improve the environment. And then along came this gentleman, a former Rotarian in our district, Mark McLinsky, and he gave South Carolina Rotarians $100,000. Yeah, $100,000 to help us do matching grants on projects in our districts that would improve the environment. And I couldn't believe that fell in my lap going along with my little theme for this year. So we are very, very fortunate. We still have probably about $30,000 of that money to spend. Few districts and a few clubs in 7770, the other district, have used some of that money, but our district has used the majority of that money. So if you're interested in an environmental grant, Lisa's got the information on that and how y'all can still, funds are available. So please, let's use all that money. Word on the street is if we use it all, we might get some more. Is Ryan here? I know Ryan Thackeray's. Yeah, there he is over there. Yes, he's helping us. Ryan gets to approve all the grants. So am I right about $30,000 left? Okay. Good. I'm excited about that. Oh, man. So also on my message to clubs, there are two other very important things I need to talk about. Membership and the foundation. So first of all, membership. I heard a great report from Penny about some plans to grow your membership that sound very exciting and should produce some great results for your club. You're already a large club, but at one time, remember, you were even larger. And that comes with its own set of problems. So keeping people engaged is a challenge for a large club. So I was glad to hear some of those ideas that y'all are working on now. One of these days, I'm going to make it up for, is it Thirsty Thursday? Yeah, now that I'm through with most of my club visits, I'll have the freedom to come back and do some of the even more fun stuff with clubs. So I'm excited about your membership plans. And if you ever have any questions about membership and doing that, Butch Hughes is our membership chair, and he will be very, very happy to help. But one thing about membership that I'm learning is, like I said, it's not my dad's Rotary Club anymore, where he wore his suit, sat down, listened to a program. If you were late, you got fined. If you left early, you got fined. If you didn't wear your pin, you got fined. It was crazy. It's not a secret society anymore, folks. That was my impression. So we are open. Our doors are open. So please open your doors to people who want to serve and want to be a part of our organization. So that's a great slide on why Rotary. So keep those things in mind. But my thing is when you are in this room, and when you are out in the public doing your festivals and advertising Rotary and showing people what a great time we have and what great service we do, my thing this year has been make your club okay, that's enough. We don't want everybody to start standing up and dancing. But anyhow, I want you to make your club so simply irresistible so that when people come in this room, they feel the energy of Rotary and they want to be here having a great meal together and making new friends. And then when you're out in public doing your projects, let people know what you're doing. So they're asking, what's Rotary? I want to do that too. And make your club irresistible. All righty. Next thing, just briefly, I want to talk a little bit about leadership. So leadership in Rotary, oh wow, it is so much fun, y'all. If you haven't been a leader in Rotary, whether it's a club committee chair or a club officer or a club board member, take advantage of that. We're all the time looking for leadership at the district level. We need committee chairs, we need assistant governors, we need district governors. So, come join at the district level once you've served at the club level. There's so much fun to be had and so many great opportunities for you. So here's my thing about leadership. So if you're under 50, come ask to be a committee chair. Come ask to be a club president. Say, I'd like to get in the leadership line for this club. Because what safer place is there to develop leadership skills than a Rotary Club? You got former district governors in this room. You got past presidents. They are not going to let you mess it up. They are going to support you. They're going to support you, and they're going to give you great ideas for developing your leadership skills. Now, being a math teacher, I'm going to say it this way. If you're greater than or equal to 50, then, you know, we've been leaders before. We've had those opportunities. So find a younger member and mentor them. Or better yet, come back and be club president again. Serve on a committee chair. Rotary is so different now. If you came back and were a club president, you'd be surprised what Rotary is doing now. So please join us, whether you're on either side of that number 50 or exactly 50. You are welcome to join our leadership line at the club level, the district level, wherever. So with the foundation, do I need to say anything about the foundation? Y'all got Beth Pageant here. Oh, she says yes. Well, first of all, let's see, I've got my polio slide up first, and thank you for your contributions to polio. I believe you've met your goal for polio. Wonderful. That is so wonderful. Y'all, we are so close to get rid of this disease. It's not funny. Look at that number up there. 0 so far this year. Isn't that awesome? And so there's a Polio Plus Society. If you follow their Facebook page, you can stay current on the information. These two countries, Afghanistan and Pakistan, the areas in those countries where polio is right now are so close together. It's not like it's spread all over the country and we're trying to chase people down, you know, all through the countryside. These two areas are very, very close together. So we are so close to getting rid of this disease. I'm so excited that hopefully in the next 5 years, maybe less, we will all be able to celebrate that Rotary helped eradicate polio. That will be so exciting. So please continue. You don't have to stop now just because you met your goal, you know. You keep going. So let's help everybody out with eradicating polio. And y'all have, Terry, I think you've been to give the drops, you and Pam. That has to be a wonderful experience. I can't do that physically or mentally. I don't believe I could handle that. But you know, I can share my treasure with Rotary to help make that happen. And then, of course, the foundation. So please continue to support our foundation. We do so many great things in the world. If you read the Rotary magazine, you're certainly current on all of the wonderful things that are happening. But I do want to let you know, and I'm not sure every member always understands this because not everybody gets to go to Beth's foundation training where we talk about how your money is used. So when you give money to the foundation, we used to say half, but it's 47.5% comes back to District 7750 for us to do great things in our communities. Half of that money comes to our clubs where we distribute it as district grants. The other half goes for our global grants. And these make great club programs. I'm sure you've probably had some already. So we're getting ready to send a group to Honduras very soon. So Honduras is alive and well and very active. So some of that, the other half of that 47.5% is going to help projects in Honduras, in Haiti, in Guatemala, and Ethiopia. So that's your dollars that you're actually giving to the Rotary Foundation. So thank you so much for your support so that our district can participate at that level and do some great global projects. Next. So the success of Rotary's, you know, we build from the bottom up. So the success of Rotary really depends on the strength of our clubs. And at your board meeting, I think you've got an awesome club. I follow your Facebook page, the service that you're doing in the community. And I learned more about the Alexander Elementary, what y'all are doing there. That's just astounding. So keep that up. Thank y'all so much. But the success of our district depends on the strength of our clubs. So I'm here as your district governor to support you and help give you any guidance that you may need. We have great committee chairs in our district. And so feel free to call on them anytime or any suggestions or any help that you might need. That collaboration will be very, very important. Next, I like to say, get out of your club bubble once in a while. So here's some events that I hope you will join us, and it'll elevate your Rotary experience. And for RLI, for example, Rotary Leadership Institute, we like to say, find your passion in Rotary. How many of y'all have been to Rotary Leadership Institute? I know there's a lot of you. Yeah, you're just not raising your hand. But there's a lot of y'all who have attended the Rotary Leadership Institute. We've got another one coming up in Anderson on March the 2nd. I hope you will join us. And if you are a graduate of the Rotary Leadership Institute, we're also going to be training new faculty for the Rotary Leadership Institute. I would love to have some more faculty in our district so that we can do more Rotary RLI in our district and get more exposure for that. So that's on March 2nd, and there'll be another one in August as well. The next thing, right in your backyard, we're having our district conference this year down at the Hyatt. And so we hope you will join us at the Hyatt. I just had a great meeting last week on the Friday night experience, which I'm not going to let it out yet because it's not firmly down on paper, but the talk was really exciting for Friday night. So I'm excited about Friday night. Saturday, I'm an educator, so I don't do sit and get very well. So Saturday, yeah, we're going to have a few speakers, but they're the kind of speakers that are going to engage you and not just have you sitting there and listening. You'll be picking up pencil and paper. You might be standing up and moving around, talking to other people. So we're going to have a good time with our speakers Saturday morning and Saturday at lunch. But in between that time, we're going to have some breakouts, some workshops on suggestions that I've been getting from clubs, some things that you're concerned, some things you're interested in. And so we're going to have some breakouts Saturday morning for y'all to attend and break out in smaller groups and meet Rotarians. Saturday afternoon, we're looking for some great opportunities to gather Rotarians together once again in smaller groups and do some things around Greenville together. Trying to find some really different things too. So we're going to have fun Saturday afternoon. Saturday night, we will have a nice dinner, and the plan is to play Rotary trivia after dinner. So go read A Century of Service, keep reading your Rotary magazine, learn some facts about Rotary, and we'll have some other trivia other than just Rotary, but we're going to have some fun Saturday night as well. Sunday morning, we're devoting to youth. So on Sunday morning, we're going to have the interactors, the RILA students, the exchange students there for our program on Saturday morning. So I hope you will be able to join us. You've got some bookmarks on your table to help you remember the date. Registration should start beginning of February is the plan. So hope to see you there. So lastly, I know y'all got to go. Retirement's great, folks. But anyhow, I know some of y'all need to get back to work. So in conclusion, let's all embrace our theme, create hope in the world, and work together as people of action to turn hopes for people into realities. Remember, Rotary service not only benefits those we serve, but also ourselves. It improves our mental health. We get to make new friends. We're part of something bigger than ourselves. Together, we can make the world a better place. And when someone sees my little blue or white or gold or silver Rotary pen and says, "What's Rotary?" I'm going to say, it's the best thing that ever happened to me. Now, why would I say that? Because they're going to say what back to me? Why? And then I get to tell my Rotary story and how excited I am about Rotary. However, I have to be careful when I say that, because if my husband Steve is with me, I need a ride home today. So when someone says, "What's Rotary?" and I say it's the best thing that happened to me, I'm going to say it's one of the best things that happened to me because I need a ride home today.
But I want to thank y'all so much for your service and your dedication to Rotary and all of the great things that I read about your club is doing. And I hope you're going to continue that. Now, here's a teacher in me. So before I leave you, I got to have you ask the question. So everybody read this back to me. That is a great question. So tonight, when you go home and you're reflecting on your day or you're writing in your journal, I hope that will be part of your reflection. What impact will I have on the Rotary Club of Greenville? How can I make this club? Well, it's kind of like, how do you make the best better, right? That kind of thing. So thank you so much for your time today. And I'll leave you with that thought. I wish you all the very best. Thank you.
Lisa had to bug out for a family commitment, so I'm up here today. Thank you, Renee. That was very interesting and very much appreciated that you came out and spent your afternoon here in Greenville with us. So thank you so much for that. Reminders, you've got a cart bucket on your table. Please pass it around and make sure we get some money in there. Jim, who's matching this month? George Fletcher. Okay, great. Thank you, George. So everybody hit him hard. That's right. Absolutely. Let's see. On your way out the door, you're going to get a grocery list. This is a list of things that are needed to pack spring break boxes for Alexander Elementary School. Please purchase one or all of these and bring it to one of the February meetings. So you can bring it the first or the second meeting. The due date is February 27th. So please pick up a list and please return it. Upcoming events are, fortunately, our Ronald McDonald cookie baking is filled out. So we have all the volunteers we need for that. We have on February 1st, Thirsty Thursday at 6 and 20. And then 2 weeks from now, or 1 meeting from now, we have Career Day coming up. And lastly, we're going to try and do what we call the Fifth Tuesday events this year. So there are, I don't remember how many, there are a few months that have a Fifth Tuesday. And this month we're going to do, Ryan Thackeray is going to lead us all on a hike. Yay, Ryan. So where are we going, Ryan? I don't have my notes in front of me. That's why I'm president in training. I'll have this down by July. Anyhow, if you all would please stand and join me in the 4-way test. Of the things we think, say, or do, the truth, is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? I love our new gavel. This is really nice.